Welcome back, people, to another episode of Elephant in the Room. This episode is episode number 10. I want to send my apologies for the last episode because I actually said episode number 8 in the video, but it was actually episode number 9. So it is fixed on YouTube. I would like to, like I said, give my apologies to everybody out there. But we are now into double digits with this platform, Elephant in the Room. I want to thank everybody in advance for their support and their continued support going forward. We have a lot to get to this week, but before we get to any of that, just like we always do at this time, people, yes, my latest project, Gold Tape, is available now. I must remind you each and every week, every single time I'm in your face, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to remind you of it because a lot of work was put in. A lot of work was put in that album by myself and my brother, Willie Stacks. It is an absolute classic. Go check that out. It is available wherever you can listen to music to at. So yeah, go check that out, man. It is an absolute classic. Like I told you 30 seconds ago, we have a lot to get to, so we're going to cut straight to the chase. We're going to start at the tip top, the most talked about, the most publicized, just the most popular thing there is in the world right now. The halftime show. Kendrick Lamar. As we knew for months, Kendrick Lamar was headlining the Super Bowl. And, as you guys know, the Super Bowl, congratulations to the Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. They absolutely dog walked the Kansas City Chiefs. I can't say that I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like, I can't really say it. I am happy the Chiefs didn't get a chance to three-peat. Because them three-peating would have absolutely knocked our team of the 90s of going to the Super Bowl 4 straight times and losing. That would have knocked them out of NFL history. It just would have. But it's a great task anyway to get back to the Super Bowl 3 straight times. Kansas City Chiefs just didn't look like they was ready to play. There's no need to even commentate on the game too much because it wasn't much to commentate on. It isn't many opinions outside of the Chiefs getting their ass whooped. It ain't many opinions. It ain't too many opinions other than that. But again, the most talked about thing that happened this past week, halftime show, Kendrick Lamar. It was a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of fans, both from Kendrick's side and Drake's side, has very, very, very strong opinions on it. Again, you are tuned into episode in the room, so you know you're gonna get my opinion on it. This is hip hop. This is something that I love. This is something that I absolutely cherish. I am a student of it. Kendrick Lamar, man. Kendrick Lamar put forward a great performance. Great. It was just masterful. Everything from the point he wanted to get across of, the whole playing the game, Uncle Sam at the beginning, which was played by Samuel L. Jackson. He's telling them to play the game, fall in line, don't get beside yourself. You know what I mean? Everything from that message to the actual performance, which is something I personally appreciate because me being a rap artist myself, I can understand and appreciate when you're performing breath control, making sure everything is on the money as far as choreograph. Like, how they was dancing, how everybody was at the right place, the right time. It was absolutely masterful. The stage was amazing, and the point was successfully reached with the statement he was trying to make with the Super Bowl. But again, I don't want to get too deep into that. You know what I mean? Because I can only imagine you guys got enough of that throughout the week of how meaningful it was, the double entendres, the deeper message, deeper than music and everything like that. And it was deeper than music, but you guys got a history lesson of that all week. I'm here to talk about the music, the performance, the delivery. I'm here to talk about that aspect of it. You know what I mean? Because that aspect of it, if if you ask me, it's non-negotiable. It was an absolute classic. A lot of people criticize everything about the show from the track listing to what he had on. So people just have very strong opinions about it. Again, like I told you, my opinion, it was an absolutely masterful performance. Uh, One thing that was criticized about the show that I want to talk about, because I heard the most about that, was his track listing. People were mad at the choice of songs that he decided to do. Me, I absolutely loved the track list. I guess it was leaked by a couple streamers who are like diehard Drake fans. So I guess they leaked the track listing. Again, I don't know what that was supposed to do. I don't know. But yeah, it was a couple guys from DJ Academics to another guy who I don't know his name. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just don't know his name. But I guess they were trying to put their best effort forward to spoiling his performance. Didn't stop anything, because a person like me, I didn't see the track listing leak. I didn't see it. That type of stuff does not come across my algorithm. I don't, as I told you before, I tell you guys all the time, and I'm going to continue to tell you guys, anybody that I don't like, that I don't deal with, that I would, you know, I, I just don't have no interest in at all. I don't pay attention to anything they do, say, or be. I don't pay attention to them at all. You know what I mean? So I didn't see the leak for the track listing, but again, it didn't do nothing for me. Uh, People were mad at Kendrick Lamar because he chose to do more songs off of his latest album, which is titled GNX. Um, they were mad that he chose to do um, those songs, most of those songs on his album, on his latest album, rather than do his biggest hits. Um, I personally love the move because, again, like I said, I had learned maybe about 15 years ago that people don't get paid for Super Bowl performances. You know, they actually, yeah, like they don't get paid at all. It's just for promotion for whatever they got going on. Now, Kendrick Lamar is an established artist. He's established for 10 plus years. You know what I mean? So whatever he decides to do, if it successfully goes through, if the performance is on the money, if everybody is where they're supposed to be, the sound level is right, which, you know, I guess his mic was low, his microphone was low at the beginning of his performance, which was something else people talked about. But for the most part, it was a good, it was sonically, it was amazing. You know what I mean? And it was entertain, it was entertainment. It was absolutely masterful. If it goes successfully according to the performer, they succeeded. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to do his biggest hits, even though every other Super Bowl act did do that. They do their most recognizable songs so everybody can relate. Yes. But again, if the biggest point of you being at the Super Bowl is to promote yourself, I can't be mad at a person for promoting their latest project they have out, which, by the way, he has sole control over. So if I have 13 minutes to perform and I decide to perform my 4 or 5 records that's on my latest album that I have sole control over, as opposed to playing songs that you know that I don't have full control over, and if you do decide to go stream it, I won't get all the money off of it. I can't blame a person choosing to promote the songs that they have sole ownership over over their biggest hits. Because again, he has hits on his latest album as well. We just not privy to them yet. They're just not as big as a We Gonna Be Alright or Black of the Berry or things of that nature. But with that being said, he also gave you DNA, Humble. He gave you classic hit records from previous projects that you guys do recognize him for. You know what I mean? Out of the 10, 11 songs he performed, he decided to give you, the majority of his latest songs that he has out, that he has sole ownership and control over. I can't blame him for that. And I'm not even going to say that's genius. It's just smart. It's the smart thing to do, is to promote the things you have sole ownership over rather than performing, hit records that everybody know. Even though I know previous Super Bowl performers do that, but you can't be mad at a person for taking a different approach to that. You know what I mean? So that was the biggest, most relevant criticism about the halftime show performance that I wanted to address. Because like I said, I mean, you have everything from, that's the worst Super Bowl performance ever. People who saying that can't give you 5 Super Bowl performances, period, and they have Google in their phone. So those people, this platform I am going to exude how I would like other platforms to address people that just do shit for attention, say shit for attention, and, just willing to talk and say anything just to have a viral moment or 15-second lane of fame. I'm not going to address that at all. Everybody who thinks it was the worst Super Bowl performance ever, good for you. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it. It's not even important enough for me to even try to change that, because anybody who has that opinion on that performance, you're just talking at that point. You're just talking. You don't even have no substance to what you're talking about. You know what I mean? They used to have figure skaters performing at the Super Bowl. And you want to say it's worse than that? That's as far as I'm going with that. I'm not even addressing you. You want to have that opinion, cool, fine. Have that debate with somebody outside of me in this platform. I'm not doing it. But the criticism that was most relevant, that I do understand the criticism. I understand it, man. I want to hear them joints. I want to hear them joints I known you for. I don't want to hear this new project, because I might be a Drake fan who, you know what I mean, I liked your older work better than your new work. I might not have to listen to GNX because I'm showing my loyalty to Drake, which is crazy, but I'll get to that later on. But it's like, yo, I want to hear, if I'm going to watch you, I want to hear your older joints. You know what I mean? So I understand that. And so many other Super Bowl performers, they took that route of performing their biggest records. That man performed an unreleased snippet. He did things his way. Outside of the whole, I'm not going to Malcolm X you to death, I'm not going to take you to church. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get into the deeper shit, even though I believe in that. And that is a relevant topic when talking about the halftime show performance. It's just, I can imagine you guys got enough of that this week. You guys got enough of that. So like I said, I'm just talking about aesthetically, how it looked, how it sound. It was amazing. It was amazing. An absolute classic. Great job to Kendrick. Big shouts out to him, his PG Lane crew, TDE, the whole West Coast, man. Thank you for representing hip hop on such a big platform, because a student of the game such as myself will always appreciate and glorify and give flowers to any artist who decides to do that. And Kendrick exuded that amazingly on the Super Bowl stage, the biggest stage you can be on in American sports. You know what I mean? So like I said, that's, I want to say more, but we have a lot to get to today. We have a lot on this show that I do want to cover. And like I said, to just end off talking about the halftime show, he did perform "Not Like Us," which was a big controversy. Was he going to perform it? Wasn't he going to perform it? He wasn't going to perform it. That's what some people were saying. Is he going to say the word pedophile? Is he not? And for those of you who didn't catch the halftime show performance, he didn't say the word pedophile, but the substitution he used for the word pedophile, which was a child screaming, clever. And as far as Drake is concerned, that was even more damaging than saying the word pedophile. It was masterful, it was well thought out, and you can see it on screen. But he did perform the song. He teased it at first, then came back and he doubled back with it and performed the entire first verse. Again, man, just a masterful job. Just a masterful job. While we speaking on the Drake aspect of it, it's a great segue to my next topic, which Drake's album. He put out an album today, actually, "Sexy Songs for You." He put out a project with Party Next Door, who is a talented R&B guy. I'm not sure if he's signed under Drake's label or not, but he's a talented guy from Toronto, and works really close with Drake. They put out a project today. It came out at midnight. I actually haven't gotten a chance to listen to it yet, but of course I do have social media, and I am aware of a few snippets that's out there. I am aware of the few shots that, I'm not even gonna say shots. It wasn't shots. It was just, he's addressing the beef. He's addressing it. You know what I mean? It's no. I don't categorize it as shots. It's just he is talking about the beef, referring to it, and he's just giving it light, giving it attention. The snippets I heard from it was a song called "Give Me a Hug." That song sounds absolutely fire. 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 I am a guy in regards to this beef, in regards to the which side of the fence a person is on. I am on Kendrick's side 110% of this. I was a Drake fan. I was a bigger Drake fan than Kendrick, but the way both Kendrick and Drake has been moving throughout their feud, I'm more on the side of Kendrick. You know what I mean? But like I said, I love hip hop, and I'm going to always listen to new music. There is nothing more exciting than somebody who's as talented as Drake or Kendrick. Ain't nothing's more exciting than hearing about them putting out a new project. And while, like I said, I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet, I wanted to make sure that I always want to give you guys my content at your earliest convenience and my earliest convenience. So I didn't get a chance to listen to it at all. It's 21 songs, I believe. And again, for the most part, I'm hearing that it's solid. But the one snippet that I did hear is called "Give Me a Hug." That song sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. Drake is absolutely spitting on there. He did. I guess it's a part of the hook. He's saying, I'm not thinking about a beef. I'm trying to get the party lit. You know what I mean? So that, again, it's not a shot, but it's him addressing the beef. That, again, the song aesthetically, it sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. But what you talking about, this is why you lost. This is why, for all my Drake fans out there, This is why he lost his beef. Before this album came out, he was on this tour and he was saying something about the beef will never die. Now, I've been debating with people on Facebook especially the last week. You know, it's people out there that's saying, "Oh, tell Kendrick to let it go." He trying to keep it alive. He trying to keep it alive because that's the only reason he lit. I'm glad the Super Bowl is over. Now we can let this beef die. They keep trying to keep it relevant, this and that to the third. But then you have Drake doing this. Drake, the beef, if it will never die, which I don't believe it ever will, you can't be the one to say that. Kendrick says it. Kendrick can either never address you again and look like an absolute hip-hop god, or he can keep fucking with you until you decide not to do music ever again. It's totally up to him. He dictates whether it's dead or still alive. You, Drake, are suing, bro. You cannot say the beef will never die when you are taking legal action against another individual, entity, whatever you want to call it, about a damn rap battle. That is the softest shit I have ever seen in hip-hop. Softest shit ever. You can't say the beef will never die, Drake. You can never say that. You're suing. And I know it's people out there, man, you know, trying to justify the sue. Nah, man. Nah. Do what you do. Sue. Sue. And FYI, you better be successful with it. Because if you're not, you're gonna look even worse. You sue and lose and come out on the short end of the stick, you're gonna look even worse than you look now. But yeah, Drake has he has a show in he's on tour across seas, and he was saying, alluding to something about the beef will never die, this and that to the third. Drake, you suing, bro. It's over with. I heard another snippet on the song. It was something about he was singing, we not like them and they not like us. I'm not gonna lie. Now that song sounded so terrible. That part of the song, I'm not gonna say that entire song because I didn't hear the entire song. Like I said, I didn't hear the album at all. I only heard snippets, but these were the snippets that I heard. That part of the song sounded so terrible, I thought it was AI. Honestly, I did. He was singing it. And it's like, Drake, this is why you looking the way you looking. Bro, leave that alone. It is over. Dude stripped you down naked. You have nothing else to reveal. It's over. He embarrassed you. He humiliated you. And he out-rapped you all at the same time. Please. Leave that alone. Because I'm going to tell you, Drake, when y'all first went into this battle, I'm going to tell you and Kendrick something. That was probably the greatest hip-hop battle ever. In regards to everything, the magnitude of both artists. You guys are both A-list celebrities. You guys are both at the tip top of your respected profession. At the time y'all clashed. The records we got, every single thing Drake put out was dope. Don't get me wrong, from push-ups, even tailor-made freestyle, which was a little weird. But I respect what he was trying to do because he was trying to add another aspect into hip-hop beef or hip-hop battling. That was the song where he decided to use a Tupac AI voice, but write the raps for it. Like, so he's rapping from Tupac's perspective. And he also used Snoop Dogg's voice, AI, and he wrote a voice. He wrote a verse from Snoop Dogg's perspective, and then the third verse was him, which he absolutely killed. Family Matters is just as dope as of a record as Euphoria. Drake didn't put out nothing garbage. Sonically, it sounds amazing. All of it, even the Hurt Part 6, which was another weird record. You Admitting Defeat. And on that record, everybody go back and look and listen to it. He even admitted to liking Not Like Us, because he put out the Heart Part 6 the day after Kendrick had put out Not Like Us. So he was like, yeah, I like the little West Coast joint. I can dance to it if you wasn't lying all through it. Go back and listen to that record. So he's admitting defeat in that. But again, I'm a hip hop guy. Sonically, it sounds amazing. Drake is spitting. The beat choice was amazing on all those records. But it was just what you was talking about. It didn't hit as hard as what Kendrick decided to put out. So it was the greatest hip hop battle ever, and there is nothing to hang your hat on if you come out as on a losing effort and you presented us with the greatest hip hop battle ever. Because in order to do that, in order to be able to do that, man, you have to show up. In order for you to be able to be in the conversation with being on one half of the greatest hip hop battle ever, you had to have came through. And you did, Drake. You didn't put out nothing garbage. Nothing. It was just Kendrick shit was better. It was a lot better. But there's nothing to hang your hat over. But then when you're doing, when you're suing, when you on streams of, it was a white kid he was on stream with. I never heard of this kid, never seen this kid before this, nor after Drake decided to be on his stream, and you exuding the energy of like you not bothered. All of that, just how you move is incredibly corny. Even into your latest tour, when you walking around with bullet holes in your hoodie with smoke coming out of it. It looks absolutely terrible. It's that type of shit that made like, damn, bro, come on, man. But after that suing shit, that's when I became more of a Kendrick fan than a Drake fan. I have no problem with a person suing. But you don't indulge in battle. And it was even at a point in time with the battle, he was antagonizing them. Come out, drop. You ain't got nothing to drop. You in that little Brooklyn apartment struggling. You ain't got nothing to say. Come out, drop. You not gonna drop because you know better. You antagonizing him. Then when he drops, now you're not thinking about beef. You trying to get the party lit. Yeah, Drake, man, just relax, man. Leave that shit alone. It's over with. It's over with. It's over with. It's over. But big shouts out to Drake on his new album with Party Next Door. I will listen to it. I just haven't gotten a chance to listen to it yet. So I'll probably have a review on that album on the next episode of Elephant in the Room. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that, man, because Drake, you a talented artist. We all know by now that you have help. You have ghostwriters, which counts against you. It do. But again, it's not going to stop me from listening to your music. It's not going to stop me from going to your shows. It's not going to stop me from buying your merchandise. It's not going to stop me from doing any of that. The only thing where it will damage you the most at is in them barbershops, where we talking about the GOAT. We talking about the best rapper ever. You can no longer be in that discussion. It's no longer. It ain't like, no, it's been that way. It's been that way. Ever since Meek exposed that you had a ghostwriter, it's a wrap. It's over. You know what I mean? So, but again, that's not going to affect your pockets. But again, for everybody out there who, you think Drake give a fuck about that? Yes, I do. Wholeheartedly. This is why even after a year and a half of this beef with him and Kendrick, he's still bringing it up. He's still referencing it. He's still trying to make you feel like he didn't lose. It's only because that man is a competitor and he wants to be the best in his profession, which I do not mind at all. I actually respect. But for all y'all Drake fans, don't act like that man don't care about it. You may not care about it as a Drake fan, and that's cool. But don't try to act like he don't care about it. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's all I have on that aspect of it. Like I said, I will check out that album, "Sexy Songs for You," which that's the latest project he came out with today with Drake and Party Next Door. So congratulations to both those guys, and I will be checking it out as a music head. You know, so now that we got that out the way, I don't want to cover this, I'm gonna be honest with you, but I have to do my due diligence as a content creator and give you the information. Kanye West, he is currently in hot water for a bunch of tweets he put out saying he's a Nazi, free Puff, what else he's doing? He was selling t-shirts and hoodies. No, he was selling t-shirts with the Ku Klux Klan symbol on it. He also was selling an outfit which looked a lot like the outfit that Cassie had got beaten up by Diddy in. Like the outfit she was wearing on that video when her and Diddy was in that hotel room and, you know, Diddy was beating on her and kicking her. He's selling that outfit. He was selling that outfit on his website. He said, fuck Virgil. For those of you who don't know who Virgil is an absolute icon in our culture, the hip hop culture. He was working very closely with Louis Vuitton, and if any of you have kids out there who want like an off-white sweatsuit or off-white sneakers, that was his line. And it was also Kanye West's very good friend. You can also look on YouTube right now and see on one of the Louis Vuitton fashion shows when Virgil was walking. Don't you know how they present the whole collection of whatever they're promoting, and then at the end the actual creator, the actual fashion designer of whatever was being promoted at that fashion show, he walks out, gives the victory lap type thing, gives the president wave and everything like that. Virgil was seen on camera going straight to Kanye West and embracing him with a long and emotional hug because he finally got his just due. And a lot of it was credited to Kanye West. And him and Kanye West was like this. I don't know if that was his best friend. I don't know. But I know they were very good friends. And he passed away from, I believe, some type of sickness. I don't know. I wanted to say cancer, but I don't know if that's true. But he definitely passed away a couple years ago from a sickness that he had. And Kanye West just said, fuck him. Anti-Semitic tweets again. I ain't got nothing for y'all with that, man. I mean, again, Kanye West lost me at George Floyd died from a drug overdose. He lost me then. I don't have nothing for y'all. For those of you who want more information about it, go look it up. Again, Kanye West typically does this when he has something to sell coming out. Like I said, he dropped a whole bunch of stuff on his website, which is now down due to all the, tweets that he had. He was dropped by his talent agency. Shopify took his website down. Well, they pulled out of it because you all know whenever you create a website, you have to have certain companies behind you. That's how you're able to get your money and things of that nature. They pulled out from his website. Ultimately, it turned into his website being completely shut down, and now it's being reported that him and his wife are headed towards divorce, which is another tactic just to get attention. We heard that a year ago, and then next thing you know, she's wearing the fur on the red carpet, and she takes the fur off, and she's naked. That's just another ploy, another tactic to grab attention and to stay in headlines. I do not believe they're headed for divorce, but at the same time, I don't care. I don't care about Kanye West at all. And I really don't even want to talk about this. But I have to do my due diligence and give you the information. If you want to know more, Google it, research it, do what you do. But there's nothing to say about him. Dude is a disgrace. Dude is he's a cold-blooded bitch. Cold-blooded bitch. Cold-blooded bitch. And I don't got nothing else to say about it. I have a slew of Yeezys. I do. I haven't worn them, like I said, in about three. I think he said that shit about George Floyd about 3 years ago. Since the day he said that, I haven't worn any Yeezys. I even got a pair of Nike Yeezys in the joint. Them, and for any sneakerheads out there, y'all know what them hitting for. Like, I can't wear them. I can't wear them. You know, I will probably wear the Nike Yeezys at some point, but honestly, I haven't. As I'm talking to you right now, I have not wore any Yeezys for years. He lost me, and for anybody who knows me, just like I am an advocate of Hove, of Jay-Z, I love Kanye West the same, but we not doing the George Floyd died from a drug. He lost me at that. He lost me at that because that whole George Floyd situation, it pushes a button with me every time, and it will never not push a button with me. So yeah, that's all I got for that Kanye West shit. He's not even worthy of being reported on. Not on this platform. Because one thing, like I told you guys, one thing I want to do with this platform, I want to be as honest as I can be, but at the same time respectful. You know what I mean? And when you have an individual such as Kanye West who is exuding such disrespect to our culture and our people, and not only our people, but our people is a part of that disrespect that he's displaying on Twitter or X or Instagram or any platform he decides to use. I don't want to be disrespectful to the next man, but it's hard to be respectful towards a person who is going out of his way to be so disrespectful to our people. So, you know what I mean? With that being said, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about him anymore. But, I mean, I will do my job in giving you the news, and so you guys can stay updated on what's going on in the urban community. You know, while we on that, I also want to cover Gillie the Kid. Gillie the Kid, he has an interview with Shannon Sharpe on the Shay Shay Show. You know, for anybody who don't know what that show is, remember Cat Williams had that viral interview with Shannon Sharpe, and it was on the Club Shay Shay Show. You know, and that's what it's called, Club Shay Shay. It's an absolute great platform. Shannon Sharpe is like, he represents us very well, and I am a big fan of him. Big shouts out to him. Congratulations to him and all of his success. And for everybody who's unfamiliar with his platform, please go check it out because it is very informative, funny, and like entertaining all in one. You know what I mean? So when you have all three of those aspects in your show, that is what you call an absolute hit of a show, of a platform, period. But Gillie the Kid was on the show. Gillie the Kid is somebody else who I am a fan of. I respect Gillie the Kid. I love Gillie the Kid. He's a rapper turned podcaster now, but you know, I'm not saying that to like diminish his role in this culture at all. You know, Gilly the Kid is, I love Gilly the Kid. I love dude. But in his interview, he was referring, he was talking about Jay-Z and the Rock Nation brunch. And he was saying, you know, basically trying to clown people for he was trying to clown everybody who has ever went to the Rock Nation brunch. He said, oh, that ain't nothing but Jay-Z showing off the fact that he still has control over the urban community. You know what I mean? To his billionaire friends. You know what I mean? I don't want to party with that. I don't want you using my brand in that way. You know, this and that to the third. And it was just like, man, it was just like, man, why y'all can't just leave Jay-Z alone? Even me on this platform, I'm only 10 episodes in, but I can guarantee you, if you look back at my previous episodes, I'm defending Jay-Z on about 3 to 4 of these motherfuckers. Like, that's my man. I'm a fan of him. Everybody knows it. Leave dude alone. Even I'm like tired of talking about Jay-Z, and I'm defending him. This is my guy. I am a big fan of Jay-Z. Man, even I'm tired of talking about him. Leave that man alone. That man ain't got no music out. He not in your way at all. Come on, why you still talking about that man? Now, I want to let y'all know something. Gilly the Kid, like I said, he you know, he was asked. He was asked about Jay-Z, and he was answering the question. Now, that part of his answer, it didn't have nothing to do with the question that was asked. Shannon Sharpe had just asked him, like, Jay-Z wanted to sign you before, right? And you said he gave you a deal that wasn't beneficial to you, right? And, you know, that had got the engine running on his answer. You know what I mean? And he proceeded to answer the question, and he had went further with the, oh yeah, that whole Rock Nation brunch. What do you get out of going to that aside from a picture? What do you get out of going to the Met Gala? What do you get out of going to your local club in whatever city you're in? Now, some people get paid for walkthroughs and to party in my club. I'm gonna give you these X amount of dollars to stay at my party for this amount of time. Yeah, some people do that, but some people just go have a fucking great time. I want to put that shit on. I want to drink, listen to good music, and smell good and be around beautiful women. Sometimes that's all it is. It doesn't have to be a bigger thing. It doesn't have to be a higher calling for why I'm here. Now, yeah, some people do that. Some people, it's like, yo, my time too valuable to go somewhere for free. I get that. But you can't clown people for just wanting to go to a party just to go. You say what you want about that motherfucking Rock Nation brunch. That Rock Nation brunch is a look. And it's a great look. I don't care how you look at it. But Gilly, man, and I'm a super fan of you. I love you, bro. I support you, and I will always support you, Gilly. Since the Major Figure days. Wallow, dude is just, Wallow is his co-host to the show $1 Million Worth of Game. And I don't want to diminish his role by just saying that he's a co-host. Wallow is just a stand-up man. And that is the definition of a role model, even for us adults. Wallow did 21 years in prison, came home, and got rich the right way. Dude he just represents us so well. I have nothing bad to say about Wallow. Wallow is amazing. And we are absolutely blessed to have that man in our culture. And that's Gilly the Kid's cousin as well. So them two together is just, they're gold. But Wallow on his own, Wallow is amazing. I just wanted to give him a shout out because, bro, you are so necessary in this culture, man. You so necessary. I absolutely support everything you do. I love you. I love your show. I love everything you represent, and I love you as a person. Wallo is amazing. I have nothing bad to say about him. But as far as like Gilly is another guy I'm a fan of. I love Gilly. But you know, like it was just like, man, leave Jay-Z alone, bro. Like leave that man alone. But I wanted to tell, like I was saying, I got sidetracked. But like I was saying, now Gilly is a guy who has a popping podcast, is lit, and they work with multiple companies. Now, Gilly, fuck around and one of your deals fall through. Somebody pull out of wanting to work with you. They went from wanting to work with you, wanting to give you a bag, to no longer wanting to have anything to do with you. When that shit start happening, Gilly, don't act surprised. You talking down about a dude who has extreme power. Extreme power. Extreme power. Why do you guys, why do you people, why do us as a culture fuck with people who have extreme power, can shut you down at the drop of a hat? I'm not talking about Gilly per se, I'm just saying in general. Why do you fuck with people who have the power and the opportunity to be able to shut down whatever you got going on? Then you act surprised when you do it, when it happens. I keep telling y'all, I don't keep telling y'all, but I addressed it before. Part of the reason we want to have power is to be able to use it at any given time. That's 99% of the reason why you want power in the first place. You want power to be able to apply it both negatively and positively every chance you get. So yes, if I hear you talking shit about me, I hear you talking shit about me and my brother's brand, Scale, Success Comes After Life Experience. If I hear any of that, if I hear you talking crazy about me in any way, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Years go by and I'm in control of some shit that you want to be a part of, you motherfucking right. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you don't have nothing to do with what I got control of. You damn right. So for all you grown ass people out there who want to talk shit and then you say you gonna stand on business. Standing on business is saying what you mean, meaning what you say, and being ready, willing, and able to take the pushback that comes from it. To be ready, willing, and able to deal with the consequences that comes with standing on business, that comes with whatever opinion you displayed. You don't get to talk shit about a person and then cry when you got to deal with the consequences. You can't do that. You can't do that. You have to know, if you talking shit about this person who has this sort of power, expect to deal with the consequences. And there is nothing wrong with not feeling a person, but you know what? This motherfucker got too much power for me to fuck with him right now. There's nothing wrong with that, because I'm going to tell you something. Real quick story. Very quick story. When I was going through my custody battle with my daughter, with my oldest daughter, a long time ago, again, like I said, me and the mother of my first child, we cool now, we cordial, you know, no disrespect to this female at all, but I have to be real. You know, in the beginning of the custody order, she was doing whatever she wanted to do. She would keep my kid on my day to have her. She wouldn't open the door. She would do everything, right? So it was one time, it was my birthday. I had a whole day planned. We were gonna go out to dinner. I had bought Canary her own set of gifts for my birthday so we can be able to open it together. Like, I wanted just to create a memory with my baby on my birthday, you know what I mean? And she didn't give me my daughter on my day to have her. She didn't give her to me. So, you know, it was my birthday. I had a whole day planned. The day didn't go as planned simply because I didn't have my baby. So, you know, I'm you know, venting to people in my life, people that's important to me, and everybody was telling me, well, shit, play her game. When you get Canary, when it's time for you to give her back, shit, you keep her. And I'm like, I can't do that. As much as I want to do it, as much as it would be justified, I can't do that. Because I don't give her back and she take me to court and say I didn't give her back, I lose custody. See, when she don't give my daughter back and I take her to court, they hit her with a slap on the wrist. They hit her with, okay, don't do this again. You have one more time to do it. If I hear about you doing this ever again, we're going to do X, Y, and Z to you. Empty threats. But if I played her game, I'm not even making it to court. If she pull up in front of my house and I'm not giving her my kid on her day to have her, and she call the cops and the cops come and she showed them that paper that she's supposed to have my kid during this time, and he in the house with my kid and not giving her to me, they knocking my door down, they dragging my kid out the house, giving her to the mom, and they dragging me out in cuffs, and I'm gonna be in jail probably until my next family court date. So I couldn't play that game. I couldn't play that game as much as I wanted to. I knew I couldn't do that, because if I did that, there was going to be a set of consequences that I didn't fucking feel like dealing with. So for those of you out there, when you saying shit about certain people, just know and understand there is going to be a set of consequences you're going to have to deal with that you better be prepared for. So Gillie, you lit right now. You got a lit show. But that Jay-Z, you know he worked with all kind of people too. You know that man got all type of relationships. So please do not be surprised if one of them deals that you are now in negotiations with, or you might already have, abruptly ends. Because you talking shit about a person when they clearly not bothering you. And the person you talking shit about has enough power to cancel whatever you got going on. And I'm not saying it's going to happen today, tomorrow, or next year. But just be mindful in 4 or 5 years when you want to work with this company who's in close relationship with Jay-Z. Don't be surprised if they go from wanting to work with you to not wanting to work with you. And don't get on this damn camera talking about a motherfucker hating on you. No. You talk that shit, this is the consequences from it. Now deal with it. Now, with that being said, you know, the last episode, the last topic of the day is 50 Cent. 50 Cent has recently been, you know, in disagreement with Big Meech. Big Meech is, like I said, like I told you guys the last episode, that was a guy who is known for being probably one of the biggest drug dealers in U.S. history. He had served some time in jail, and, you know, 50 Cent had helped him out while he was in prison by creating the show BMF, which is solely about Big Meech, so he can have money in his pocket, which was the stand-up thing to do. And again, 50 Cent had got mad at Big Meech because Big Meech took a picture with Rick Ross. Rick Ross is somebody who's had issues with 50 Cent for north of 10 years now. And so Big Meech was scheduled to have a welcome home party last night, actually. And it was supposed to be like a big concert. Everybody was supposed to perform, this and that to the third. And it abruptly got canceled. And then no less than 10 minutes after it got canceled, 50 Cent went on his Instagram page and alluded to having something to do with having that show shut down. Now, I'm waiting for the same criticism y'all was giving Jay-Z when 50 Cent was running around this motherfucker for 2 years crying about how Jay-Z tried to block him from being in the Super Bowl. Where's that criticism at? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Because when 50 Cent was saying Jay-Z tried to block him from performing at the Super Bowl in LA with, you know, it was Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, you know, etc., Kendrick Lamar and all that. Jay-Z was a hater for that. Jay-Z was the devil for that. He was the worst for that. But again, like I told you guys just in the last topic, 50 Cent has been talking ill about that man, Jay-Z, damn near since he's been famous. So of course, when in terms of wanting to be a part of something that I have control over, I don't want you being a part of that. I don't fuck with you. So if we are to believe 50 Cent when he says Jay-Z tried to block him from being in the Super Bowl, at least it's because of a valid reason. Listen, bruh, you've been talking down about me. You've been talking ill about me for 20 motherfucking years. I don't know how y'all are, but if I know about a motherfucker talking shit about me for 20 minutes, it's gonna be some consequences. Like, and I'm not promoting like, oh, I'm gonna do something to him. It's just like, no, if I have a certain amount of power, best to believe I'm going to apply that to that person that was talking down about me in any way I can, in any way I want to. So if we are to believe 50 Cent when he say Jay-Z tried to block him from performing in the Super Bowl, at least it's because Jay-Z don't fuck with you. Because of the things you did throughout the years. You've been talking shit about that man for 20 years. So of course he don't want to get money with you. He don't want to have nothing to do with you. So yeah, I don't know. I don't want him being I don't want him being a part of what I got control over. Big Meech ain't do nothing to 50 Cent. At all. And he stopped that man's show. Now, 50, if you want to end the BMF show because you don't want to put no more money in that man's pocket the way you have in the previous years, I get that. That is something you are in control over. And because of his actions of taking pictures, making videos with Rick Ross, somebody who you have known problems with, now Big Meech has to deal with that consequence. Again, I'm all for a motherfucker having power and exuding that power any chance he gets. I'm a supporter of that. But to actually go out your way and help cancel an event that you had nothing to do with, simply because that man took a picture with Rick Ross and made a video with Rick Ross where they're not talking about you at all. Is that hate, y'all? Is that devilish? Or is that real shit? Is that petty? And y'all love it. See, when 50 Cent do it, it's funny. Oh, man, 50, man. Oh, that's why you don't fuck with 50. But when Jay-Z do it, he a hater. So I'm waiting on the criticism. The same criticism y'all gave Jay-Z, I'm waiting for y'all to get at the 50 Cent. Because that man went out of his way to block that dude's show. Simply because he took a picture and made a video with Rick Ross. Not a music video. Like a clip, like an Instagram clip. Promoting some shit. He blocked that man's show and then bragged about it. But y'all was mad at Jay-Z when he tried to block 50 Cent from performing at the Super Bowl. And for those of you out there that say, oh, man, he took a picture with his op. He took a picture with his op. You know not to do that. You take a picture with my op, I'm going to cancel whatever you got going on too. Cool. Fat Joe take pictures with Ja Rule all the motherfucking time. Fat Joe took pictures in videos with Irv Gotti every chance he got when Irv Gotti was alive. And 50 Cent don't got a bigger op than Ja Rule. But 50 Cent love Fat Joe. And that's dope that he's able to do that though. It's dope. I don't want to like present it as if I'm like you know, trying to call 50 soft or whatever. No, it's just, you know, it's a part of growing up. That's how you supposed to handle it. Okay, you fuck with somebody I don't fuck with. Cool. Whatever business we got, we gonna see this to the end. And if I decide to never fuck with you again because of what you did, that's my prerogative. But to go out your way to take money out of a man's mouth, to take money out of a man's pocket, take food out of a man's mouth, I just want to know from y'all, how do y'all view that? Is that hating too? Or is that real shit? Get back to me on that. Get back to me on that. Yeah, with that being said, that'll do for this episode of Elephant in the Room, episode number 10. Again, I want to thank everybody for their continued support of this show. This is a growing platform, and this is something that I am trying that's brand new. And I'm learning on the go, people. But, you know, because of the support that you give me, you guys give me inspiration and motivation to keep going. You know what I mean? So I want to personally thank everybody who supports this show in any way possible. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, be safe. You know, stay sucker free. And always keep the main thing the main thing. You know what I mean? Importance in life is family, your mental health, and just your well-being in general. Both health-wise, physical health, and mental health. You know what I mean? So with that being said, man, you know, thank you guys for your support. I will be back next week for another episode of Elephant in the Room. Once again, check out my latest project, Gold Tape, which is available now everywhere music is heard, everywhere music could be sold. Be blessed, people. Have a beautiful weekend, and happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. See you guys next week.